So, I'd be going live sooner tonight if Overwatch 2 wasn't apparently downloading more content. I don't know why, but apparently it needs more crap. I am still reeling from Fear the Walking Dead, which whimpered unsurprisingly. La da dee, la da do, la da dum, la da da, la da dee, la da do, la dee dee, la dee dum. What on earth could this even be downloading? Huh? Huh? Oh, I'm not even really looking at that too hard. Huh. Well, once this game is finally good to go, then I guess it'll be good to go. I'll be back. Okay, I am back. This, I guess, is going to be a little while. Maybe the game will run more smoothly this way? I don't know. Sure wish it did. And yay, for my Sundays are no longer packed, at least to the best of my knowledge. Uh-oh, that'll be likely meaning a friend of mine is gonna want to, pardon me, do stuff on Sunday nights now, I imagine. Actually, what does AMC have going on next week, huh? 11, 26 it'll be. That's a Saturday Patterday. Yeah, okay. They don't have anything going on. Which means I think it's safe to say that honestly, I might have a reason to temporarily unsubscribe from AMC, because I don't think they've got any upcoming shows that I want to watch. And I only subscribe to AMC to watch their on-air content, really, so I won't have any reason to watch their channel for the time being. Upcoming AMC shows. Is it only that one, though? I would hope not. I would hope that the ones who live is not the only one they have up and coming. They might even hope not, because that'll mean I might just unsubscribe for a couple of months. Because no point in subscribing if they don't have any shows that I'm going to be watching. Okay, so all rules. 8,000 damage with abilities healed. And thanking a support hero. I think I can dig it. Let's see. I want to double check these again. So 8,000 damage healed. But then if I want all rolls. Oh boy. I'll just do unranked. Besides, it looks like it'll favor support. Somehow. Some way. I just had to upload my major cringe tonight. Because a former favorite show of mine finally ended. And I'm so glad that it's over, because the showrunners turned it into the dumbest thing ever. I weep for the earlier days now of my show. Oh, crap. Okay, I gotta be a Roadhog. And just hope that I can do a crap ton of healing.
Apocalypse ain't over.
Ah, man. No, don't. Don't do that. Not in competitive.
Push your limits.
Welcome back,
breaks
Pacific
that I
Rules.
cannot
I am
manage.
sorry that I took a while. I was busy trying to figure out a perfect chef's kiss way. Oh, pizza tonight was incredible. Except for it wasn't Pizza Tonight, which is where we used to get it from. But we get it from a different place now, and it was so good. I just wish I could have had more. We seem to get the perfect amount now.
Flashpoint unlocks.
Oh no. Or no, this is quick play. Good lord. Oh crap. I just realized this is my first time playing. Thank you for forgiving me, ironically. I just realized I haven't. I mean, I maybe kind of played Roadhog before, but now I really have to understand him. That's okay. I knew it was going to suck. I was going into it expecting it to suck, and it did not surprise me. Not one bit. Fear the Walking Dead has been going downhill since 2018 because they changed up showrunners. And these guys don't understand how the show works. Furthermore, whoever their casting director is doesn't do a good job of hiring teenagers, because people go on about, oh well, you can't have criticism. Oh no no no. This was long before the writer's strike. So I don't think it has anything to do with the writer's strike. In fact, these writers are so bad, they shouldn't have their jobs. AMC should have hired AI in their place. They are that incompetent. Like, season 7, they make this con man go from being his usual deal
Surrender to my
to,
will.
well, let's make him the dictator of this tower that everyone wants to get into because it's protection from the nuclear wasteland. But he acts like basically Black Hitler. Comment the bingo. And what do they do by the end of the season is because he did this to impress a family friend. Well, one of his best friends, who he'd considered family. Once he basically is impressed, or whatever, he wants to change his ways, and he feels bad about it. And in this season, it's like he's got a totally clean slate. He's now married to his new husband and has a son with his husband. And I mean, don't get me wrong, that would be nice to see for Victor Strand. Because he does, Coleman Domingo does the character very, very well. But how do you go from being basically Black Hitler to being
Lost.
a family man?
Next flashpoint. Palace.
I'd like someone to explain that to me. I wonder if you go from Black Hitler to family man. Especially when your husband goes, oh, I don't care about your pet. Well, what if you knew that your husband's a dictator, or formerly a dictator,
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
and would throw people off the roof because they dared question his authority? Like,
Flashpoint unlocked.
these writers should have just left him as a con man, and not tried to make him into a big mega villain. Because then going, well, everybody can be redeemed. It worked for Negan, because he at least had 6 years of a time gap to develop into a far more broken person again, so he could repent his old ways. As for Victor Strand, it's only in a matter of a few episodes that are no more than maybe within a month's time. He suddenly redeemed.
Surrender to my will.
It would be like it would be like a president losing his job and then suddenly, oh, he's all just such a cool guy now that he's out of office. Whether it's our guy, or what once he's out of office, or the guy downstairs, you don't get to just be like in the case of the guy downstairs. I will say I don't think he was particularly a dictator.
Play of the game.
He certainly had Hitler like of a rhetorical style at best, but you think you can like the direction they took with Victor Strand was Victor Strand decides that those who overthrow him are trying to, but basically that whole thing would be, imagine the whole false claims of election fraud. And then you go home the next day and find yourself a new husband or wife and an adoptive child to raise. Or adoptive teen in this case. It's like, you know what? I don't care that in your past you try to overthrow, that you encourage people to overthrow democracy. I still love you. Or in this case, I don't care that you went out of your way to screw up your country's economy or restrict rights and the whole 9 yards. I love you anyway. And all I can think is, what? What? Although, in the case of these real-life leaders, of course, you wouldn't, I think, get 6 years in prison or jail and suddenly repent your ways. Like, it works for The Walking Dead because this is a post-apocalyptic world. But then again, even for these politicians, it's like, you can't just turn a new leaf like that. That makes no sense. And that's just one of the many stupid things they pulled with Fear the Walking Dead. Is, what if we take this con man, make him an evil dictator, and then, eventually, once he figures out being a dictator doesn't work out, go to becoming a family man. And the family man thing would work if it wasn't for knowing his past, which for some reason his husband didn't give two craps about. Yeah. And there are so many other things they did wrong in this 8th season of my once favorite show. It just makes no sense. And if me watching the 3rd season of Fear the Walking Dead heard about what, like, if I was watching the show right now in season 3 and I heard about what season 8's like,
Welcome.
what? Oh. I don't know why I played the electro sound, but thank you so much for following PokeDude1145. Pacific Rules. I would recommend watching The Walking Dead original series first. Maybe up to season... Like how I did it was, this was once season 5 came out, and then they came out with Fear the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead I could only recommend
You better keep up. This isn't a
up
daycare.
to
Kids can surprise you.
Then I better not be
halfway through
disappointed.
season 4.
Kids also disappoint you.
And then maybe a few... Oh, no. It'll be... I think it's Prime Video? Ah, frig's sake, my frigging frame rate's friggin' frig.
3, 2,
Again.
1.
Should just download this to my Steam get it working there. But... yeah, having now seen every single episode of Fear the Walking Dead, my TV Showtime app would say otherwise, but that's just because I had forgotten to mark some season 2 episodes. But anyway, I could only recommend the first 4.5 seasons. Season 6 improves things a little bit, but I thought season 7 even had promise, but then I realized how wrong that was. Yeah, I wouldn't guarantee that it's on Prime Video though. I even checked today and it wasn't looking too plentiful. Like, I don't think seasons 1 through 3 are on there at all. But, I mean, Fear the Walking Dead was really good up until season 3. Midway through season 4 it was still pretty great. And then after that it just really petered off. So it's not to say that Ian Goldberg and Andrew Chambliss are completely incompetent. They're just mostly incompetent. You'd think they were completely after season 8. Like, it is astounding they wrote the first half of season 4 and some episodes of the season 6. Because it's like, oh my god, these guys can actually write. And then, oh my god, these guys are just brainless. I could have written a better show
Tactical visor
when I was
activated.
half their age. I could probably write a better show now. Might take me a while. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, my frame rate is so freaking big. I'm just letting them all kill me as much as they can. Oh no. I was getting too crazy. I love that I can be able to reload so quickly, or restore my health so quickly. Ouch. And then The Walking Dead that you can watch in its entirety on Netflix. All 11 seasons. Of which The Walking Dead is great for, I'd say, the first 6 seasons.
Helden sterben nicht.
Season 7 and 8, it peters off. And then in season 9, it's back like a beach. Season 10 is still pretty great. And I would still say I quite like season 11.
Draw strength from nature.
But holy crap, did it really bring it back into season 9. And what helped that show was a new showrunner. Joel King had worked on the show before, but holy crap, did he breathe new life into it. Yeah, this whole Roadhog rework does not make much sense to me. Besides, yeah, I can heal a lot more often.
This ends now.
But yeah. So suffice it to say, if I ever get physical copies of Fear the Walking Dead, I will not go beyond season 3. If I got season 4, I'd just throw out half of it.
Strength from nature.
I will miss the show though. I will miss how it went from good to bad to worse. I feel like I've done enough healing that I should really have 10,000 worth abilities now.
Tactical visor activated.
Also, I think I'm gonna restart this after this match because my performance is just so bad. Oh, did ya? What protest about in Texas? I heard nothing about this.
Let's go again.
A protest here in Texas because in a very rare moment the Pope asked for a bishop to resign upon the bishop's furious refusal, Pope Francis fired him on the spot. Oh. What did he have to resign over? Now I'm very curious.
This ends now.
Last thing I heard anything about protests with regards to the church was over mask mandate. Oh yeah, yeah. What was he fired for though? Not that I wouldn't believe why he was fired. Was just curious.
Heroes never die.
Or was it to do with the price tag stuff? Because I know from what I've seen here and there, like this Faith Goldie and people like her are vehemently against any sort of acceptance towards that stuff. Like, how dare the Pope come up with that? I think it was something to do with same-sex unions or something like that. I forget exactly though. Of course, then again, the complaint of hers I remember more about is that when she demanded to be allowed to take the body of Christ by tongue, despite COVID. Or basically, suffice to say, Faith Goldie was coming up with some really stupid and selfish crap.
Heroes never die.
I remember when I thought she was kind of neat, and then, no, she's just completely nuts, actually. But then again, who am I kidding? I think that's how I feel most about. How I mostly feel anymore about these right-wing types I used to keep up with. And to the extent that they're not even right-wing, they are far-right, more accurately. As I like to consider it, politics is in moderation.
This ends now.
Yeah, we lost.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
We're still holding on somehow. Holy crap. Until we're still holding on? What? Holy crap. Oh. Yeah, I had a feeling it was something dumb like that. Well, and you know what that reminds me of? So, he's a bit more controversial anymore because he'd been accused of sexual harassment or whatever.
Play of the game.
Basically a matter of he said, if I can say it right. And one of these allegations against this voice actor, Vic Mignogna. Ooh. Well, I mean, that, I feel like that's irony to some extent. You know, kind of like how Marjorie Taylor Greene, God have mercy upon her soul, because that's all she deserves, comes up with, I forget where it was now, but along the lines of, well, we can't have gay marriage because that's not sanctified or whatever. Oh, rich coming from you who cheats on her husband and wonders why he dumped you. Like, at least most gay marriages I've heard of, they're pretty committed to their partner. Unlike you, Marjorie Taylor freaking Greene.
Do not
I
get
still
in my
like
way.
reading the one perspective, which is that in regards to Christianity, that God would still bless a gay relationship or marriage so long as they are monogamous. Since it of course contrary to popular belief that there is more than one perspective to the whole
4, 3, 2,
Christian outlook on relationships.
Enemies in orbit.
escort the payload.
But okay, both Cardinals immediately sent their final report and recommended his resignation.
It's not your day today.
So it sounds like that bishop be damned. I thought he wouldn't deserve to be damned for that. But I mean, like going back to this Vic Mignogna, one of the things he was accused of is homophobia. And dude, someone on social media pointed out, you're accusing this guy of homophobia of all things, when if you look up a video of him, he's talking to these protesters who are picketing this group of queer folks, and he's pointing out to them that, hey, I'm trying to share God with these queer fellows, and basically pointing out to these picketers that, no, he's trying to share Jesus' message of love, and they're not helping. Because all they want to do is go, basically, God hates you things, and crap like that. Whereas Vic Mignogna is trying to go, hey, no, come hang out with me. Let's talk about Jesus and the whole 9 yards and how much Jesus loves you. It's like, yeah, you're accusing this guy of being a homophobe when he's literally getting along with queers. And there's nothing remotely wrong with introducing anyone of any background to Christianity, considering there are queers who are Christian. It's even kind of like the thing with politics even. There's that matter of, contrary to popular belief, or however popular, there are queers who are conservative. Even if, sadly, my first introduction to that whole concept was the likes of Milo Yiannopoulos, but there is still keeping in mind that, yeah, but there are other gay dudes and whomever else who's under that umbrella, pun intended, who identify with conservative politics. So it's like, when these socially conservative types like that bishop you bring up there would come up with, well, you can't get baptized if you're transsexual. It's like, this ain't your job, dude. You don't have to agree with the person being transgender or whatever, but if they want to get baptized, who the hell are you to judge? Even the thing I had to like about what Phil Robertson once said, where, well, yeah, he did group homosexuals with other types of sinful people, but his whole point being that, like, yeah, in his opinion, homosexual activity wasn't a good thing in his mind. Not something he agreed with. But when it came down to, from what I gathered at least, that if it came down to dealing with a person who's a homosexual, that he would treat them no differently than he would any other person. As far as he's concerned, when it comes to judgment, Bill Robertson even said basically, he leaves that up to God. God will sort people out. I quite admire that faith. Because it definitely beats the whole thing of if you're a vague, you're going to hell or whatever. It's like, no. That's not how God works. It's not for you to decide who goes to hell or who God hates or whatever. I mean, even Brian Head Welch, who's this Christian metal artist, has been making points about that. Particularly because even at foreign concerts, they still get protesters or picketers or street preachers. That's the politically correct term for that. Or street puzzles, maybe.
Pain is inevitable.
But it's this thing of the point is in Christianity to bring more people to Jesus by saying, hey, God loves you, he wants you in his arms, regardless of who you are or what you do. So long as what you do isn't harmful to other people.
Experience tranquility.
So I mean, it doesn't surprise me, that issue there, but yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that is just crazy too, though, ain't it? Yeah. Well, and even like with this Faith Goldie coming up with, oh, they Pope Francis is being a bad pope for daring to be A-okay with same-sex unions. You're going to question the Pope's logic on this? Like, don't get me wrong. When Pope Francis once said something or whatever it was about guns, that's one thing. Because that has nothing to do with Catholicism, that's quite outside of religious politics. But when it comes to religious politics, I'm thinking, you're going to argue with the Pope? My ass. And that is just a weird thing is, or maybe not weird thing, but the interesting thing rather is that holy crap has Pope Francis ruffled so many feathers. Because you've got a lot of these folks in the Catholic Church who are still so unwilling to accept queer individuals. It's like, and you wonder why people don't want anything to do with the church? Between the mistreatment of queers who want to come to Jesus and those who don't want to be a part of the church because they're offended over the child rape, which is definitely not the thing that's incorrect to be mad about.
It's go time. You cannot escape me.
Like, even when friends talk to me about the Catholic Church, like one of my best friends, we'll talk about it the odd time, and he goes, I wasn't sure if he should bring it up to me, and I go, dude, you're more than fine to bring up to me about like all the child rape that goes on. Because even like in my church cluster, they have not shied away from talking about the indigenous people graveyard thing, nor have they shied away from talking about pedophilia that goes on. Kind of down to that thing of how do you expect to resolve an issue that's been legitimately going on if you're not going to even address it. and when these are things that are driving people away from the church.
Remaining.
It's kind of, what's the point of the church teaching morality if they're not going to speak against immorality? Like, okay, you're gonna talk all about sexual immorality, what about raping kids? Which even kind of goes even back to where, like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, where you speak about what you consider sexual immorality, and yet you committed what I'm pretty sure is a greater sin, which is adultery. Okay, that was not the best order ultimate, but oh well.
Defeat.
This is, I think, another one I've lost. Huh. And oddly enough, I don't think I've had a single frame rate issue
Play of
that
the
I'm
game.
too much multitasking in my brain to really worry about the frame rate. But yeah, and I hate to say that that kind of sounds like how it works on the police force, where a cop does something that would land any regular citizen some good time in jail, and all a cop gets is a slap on the wrist. And I always love it when my dad gets going about cops and people who think that, oh yeah, we should only trust military and cops with guns, and my dad goes, really? Considering what cops get up to, and it's like, yeah. That would be so bad. Like, in our city, there are a number of corrupt ass cops. And I still love that even my cousin once brought up that he agrees with gun control. And he goes on to further elaborate that he wants people to know where they're shooting, particularly cops. He's hearing about the story somewhere about a cop who unloaded 11 or something bullets, a dozen bullets maybe, and didn't even hit the target. The target being a guy he was supposed to take care of, and it's like, you're that bad of a shot, and you're a fucking cop? What? And it's just, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and oh my god, Pacific Rules. I was looking on Twitter earlier, yesterday, or today your time. George Floyd is trending. And a bunch of it is people coming up with, yeah, George Floyd, that guy who's held up as a saint, but yet he died of a drug overdose, and I'm thinking, what? So we're not even going to mention that Derek Chauvin, who's the guy who incapacitated him, furthermore killed him, was a corrupt ass cop? Like, some would say that, oh, George Floyd should have never been there in the first place. Screw you, Derek Chauvin should have never been there in the first place. Yes, George Floyd may have been on drugs. In fact, I'd say, so what if he was on drugs and stole or had a counterfeit $20 bill? Choking the man over that? Are you freaking kidding me? And furthermore, again, like people going, Derek Chauvin did nothing wrong. And I'm just gonna be super duper blunt in saying this. A person who thinks like that should just shoot themselves. Just shoot yourself. If that's what you actually think about Derek Chauvin. If you actually think that cop was completely innocent, just do away with yourself, please. Because if you're that bloody stupid, I'm not sure there's any saving you. I mean, oh my god. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, even Tucker Carlson goes, well, the autopsy they found was that there was fentanyl in his system. So, you're saying without fentanyl, he would have survived an 8-minute plus chokehold? I don't think so. An old friend of mine, back in grade school days, she could hold her breath for 2 to 3 minutes, but then she'd have to let go of it. And she was so bloody impressive with how long she held her breath for. But it's like, nah, I can't even hold my breath for that bloody long. But to have your breathing cut off beyond that long? Ugh. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure I'd want to say this on actual social media, but I do dare say, just shoot yourself if you think that way. If you think Derek Chauvin is innocent, just off yourself, please. Because I can't imagine a person being that rejected from reality. Oh. You love that video that he was confronted by a man yelling at him in the store. Oh my god, and that was actually part of the moment that I realized I'm done with the Rebel News. Because Ezra Levant responds to that with, protect Tucker at all costs. And I'm thinking, this is a dude who claimed George Floyd died of an overdose. This is the dude who interviews a guy and thanks him for fighting against the global tyranny of the metric system. The metric system. And finally, whines about how M&Ms have gone woke or whatever the frig, because they put the screen M&M who was formerly in stilettos into boots. Let me tell you, if this was about a real gal, I would find a gal way more attractive in boots than in friggin' stilettos. Maybe that's just me, but I think that look on a gal is way more attractive. Just saying. Of course, for some reason, I feel like I've been raised to be into the type of gal who can, but basically, like, might talk to the odd person or hear from the odd person that, yeah, I like a traditional woman who does this, that, and the other, and I'm thinking, I just want a gal who can take care of herself and doesn't take crap. Which is more or less kind of like my mother in a respect. But I don't know, maybe that's the association I make with boots. Is a girl who wouldn't take crap. But just those 3 particular things Tucker Carlson's come up with. It's can't fathom how anybody thinks he's remotely smart. Now, I will say, when he got fired from Fox News and did his first video post that, I thought, holy crap, is he onto something for once in his life? And I'm thinking, okay, so does this mean that was what he was saying on Fox News scripted for him to say? Or was that all his crap? But then again, I mean, remembering back to that situation that you bring up there, Pacific Rules, it would not surprise me. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I think he comes off like one of those types where it's a matter of, I've got freedom of speech to back me up. Freedom of speech will not protect you from an ass beating. Hate to break it to you, sir. It will not save you from having your ass whooped by someone who's sick of hearing you. Which I guess is kind of like in normal society, where one of my brothers once came up with that. Or, I forget how it went. It wasn't, maybe it wasn't what one of my brothers came up with, but someone anyway, where basically don't ever, how would it go? I think it was something along the lines of the N-word being illegal, because if, or rather illegal to say to a black person, because if that black person kicked your ass for it, you deserved it. Because there's like, a person has no business insulting a black person with that word. And once they feel insulted by it, it's like, there is no coming back from that. And you deserve whatever ass beating you get. Because one ought to know better than to dare use that slur on anyone for really that matter, but particularly a black person. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. I feel like I recognize those lyrics from somewhere, but I can't quite put my finger on it. So yeah, anyway. I hate that Fear the Walking Dead got me into the mood for a political rant. But I guess it did. I'm just glad that the only Fear episodes I haven't tracked are ones that are in the season 2. And what I'll do is maybe at some point I'll rewatch Fear the Walking Dead seasons 1 through 3. And then relish in the fact that nothing past this actually happened. Although, I must admit, I'd be totally tempted to, we need damage. I would be absolutely, with how things are going with the Republicans, yeah. Well, that's another distinction I always like to make, because people go on and on about conservatives in Canada. And the craziest one is people coming up with Pierre Poilievre is like Hitler. He's like Trump. It's like, I don't keep up with everything that Pierre Poilievre says, but comparing him to Hitler is a stretch so wide that you'd have to be really stupid. And comparing him to Trump, it's like, just because someone says something blunt doesn't mean they're Trump-like. And as I'll point out to people, the difference rhetorically between Trump and Poilievre is Poilievre seems to know the difference between being blunt, being flat out inappropriate, rude, uncalled for, da da da, Trump has no damn idea.
Face my burning fist.
I still love my one Pal Cheddar Face's yearly bingo card, annual bingo, where one of the spots on his bingo card is Trump comes up with a new stupid nickname.
Big style.
And I forget if this one might have been Tucker related, but I forget. But I mean, there's a reason I have a Toot social account. It was just to... Oh, that's what it was. Was when Trump finally got unsuspended on Twitter. I just truthed, man baby got back. So bad I didn't do a truth when he did his first tweet on Twitter and eons. Because that's all I have Truth Social for, is just to make fun of Trump on his own platform. And, you know, hopes that one day I'd be banned on there. And then I could die happily.
Enemy needs 10 kills to win.
But yeah, and the sad part about some of those is the certain organization endorses them.
This situation calls for more bombs.
And the reason they're endorsed is because they have supposedly gun-friendly attitudes and policies, and I'm thinking, I'm as pro-gun as they come. That would not vote a Republican just because they're pro-gun.
I'll keep trying till I run
Not
out
a
of limbs.
chance. It's where I'm relieved that Canada is different in that respect for how we do voting. It's not too much better, but it's at least better in that we vote based on party and not person.
Oh, I'm ready.
Meaning that one of our party political leaders can easily be replaced. They're so willing. Whereas, of course, in America, you're voting for the person.
This situation calls for more bombs.
Enemy needs match.
I'm not worried that that went poorly. And as another defeat, which I think the game just thinking on. Oh, I was good, yeah. Super Mario RPG tonight, but I'm not sure. I might do a half hour anyway. I ain't kidding. I just thought this would be over sooner for people to watch. Yeah, that totally worked, right? Because God, that was supposed to be thanks to a support hero. Fuck's sake. Try this one more time. I really want to get to Super Mario RPG at some point because I've got this game and I really want to play it. But I'll be lucky if I can make myself time to do so. So anyway, enough about the politics now. God help me. So God help me, that's what I mean to say. Suffice to say though, my last note is that is why I thank God that I'm not American. I could not stand having the political choices that your country has. Whoa. Now I know why I'd like to do the odd talk tick. Because my latest talk tick has over 700 views. Of course, it might be partly because it's a fairly long, or short, rather, talk tick. I've decided my new purpose on talk tick is just blurt something and then have it repeat. So like my videos are now just gonna be less than 10 seconds long because I'm not that creative. However, in the case of Fear the Walking Dead, I just want to say our expectations for you were low, but holy fuck. Because that is sincerely how I feel about that show anymore. I'm just glad my expectations don't have to be met or surpassed anymore. I can now just look back at the older seasons and pretend that seasons, at least 4B
Prepare
through
for
8,
battle.
never happened.
Select your hero.
That. Oh, I'm already basically done Fear, but if I do actually want to go back to it because I loved its first 3 seasons.
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
Your team has taken the lead.
Hell, they didn't even bring back this Tobias character, who's the one that kind of predicted the apocalypse to happen. Do we have any healers? I'm not going to be the healer.
A better world is possible today.
Damn it. So I think I'm done watching it for a while, but when I go back to it, I'm gonna start at the very start, and then I'll limit myself to probably 4B, and then I think there are select episodes of Season 6 I could do. Because Season 6 I was definitely more impressed by. It's just Season 7 and 8 that... ugh. Kinda hate to think about. There's that meme though that goes, "Look how they massacred my boy," and that is precisely how I feel about Fear. So I mean, yeah, the end is the beginning. Oh, dude. And it's funny you bring that up because Silo is the show that my cousin recommended me after one of the season 8 episodes. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try it that night, and I was so invested in it right away. Or was it a season 7 episode? I forget now. No, yeah, it was season 8. I just forgot how early in the year season 8 started. But yeah, I can honestly say... Oh, and oh my crap, they never brought back... And this is even more to piss me off about Season 8. They never brought back Tobias, which is frankly good. But they never brought back Sarah and Wendell. Wendell was the wheelchair-bound guy. And he and Sarah weren't my favorite characters, but they were a nice presence on the show. And I liked what Wendell's actor was going for, which is he wanted to be representative of the wheelchair-bound community. But now we'll never know what happened to them two. They just fell off, basically. All we know is they might have blown up in the nuclear thing in season 6. But yeah, now we'll never know. And I'm not surprised that the showrunners must have totally forgotten about him. About them, I should say. I mean, let's see here. Season 6. Yeah, might have been the... Yeah, the door. And I could not believe it. That... Yeah, you know what? It might even just be the first half of season 6 that did some good crap. Besides the episodes that brought in... Oh, that's what it was because in season 6 they brought in this new idea of it being like an anthology type thing. I guess, looking back, I apparently thought season 6 was really good. Oh, except for the ending, I guess I wasn't too impressed by. Yeah, okay, yeah. Season 6 I was eventually not as impressed by the end. I'm trying to remember where season 7 really went bad for me. Oh, might have been episode 4. And okay. Yeah, we did have Sarah in season 7. Oh. Yeah, okay. So season 7, I guess I thought was actually quite alright. But then it was Padre that just... I thought, what? This makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, it was halfway through season 7 where I felt the quality really dipped. And I thought, none of this makes sense. I did like, holy crap. I'm not waiting. This fucker tried to make me wait that long? Are you kidding me? Oh, it's probably because I left the one match. Oops. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not gonna miss Fear. I miss the earlier seasons of Fear, but that to me is not the same as I'm gonna miss Fear. I know. I got reminiscing too much. I'm embarrassed. Let me tell you this. If I had the option to re-watch the later seasons of Fear, or at least seasons 7 and 8, I would say I'd rather watch Amy Schumer. Which is saying a lot. Because I'm no fan of Amy Schumer at all. Fine, I'll do Concert Clash. By in the zone, do you mean you were in the zone of not even paying attention to what I was saying? Because I've done that before. It's like, I'm listening to this person talking, but I'm not listening to what they're actually saying. It's more like... Which is weird that my mind can do that, but fascinating. Yeah, oh crap, only one day left for Concert Clash. Huh. Huh. Thanks, I try. I really hope this does not take so long this time. Also, I should maybe check on Telegram to find out if I ever got the response from that guy. Oh crap, I got more time. So far only...
show, concert clash.
Oh, I might actually have a chance at this narration. Oh, right. Kiriko is support. So I'll just have to thank her. Yeah, Super Mario RPG will have to be tomorrow, as it turns out. I regret to admit.
Charmer when she winks, but watch out when she blinks. It's Tracy Tracer. Defiant and dangerous. You've won 3, 2, 1. Clash. Who's going to the concert? Let's find out.
Oh, this is Concert Clash in Overwatch 2.
The ticket machine is right for the ticket. I mean, the ticket.
This one's for me.
Right, the ticket machine, eh? Took you long enough.
There we go.
The point's opening up very soon.
Over there. Over there.
Tengo que irme.
The point's outside the T-ball building. Get over there.
Oh, here we go.
I need healing.
Save some tickets for the rest of us.
Wait, what? Okay, I think I did get them in.
I'm out.
Okay, so I need to find. Brigitte is still respawning. Crap. If I don't find Brigitte, then this is all for naught, quite
Gonna
honestly.
blow one up. You get going.
You're mine now.
I'm not giving up.
Enemy over here. Where I can.
Nothing gets past me. Forward, Barry. Thank you.
There
Machine
we go.
busted. Grab those tickets.
What the duck? That was weird.
The point is almost ready.
Behind you.
Enemy here. Come on.
What the frack?
The point's
That
on the
ain't right.
T-ball building.
Oh,
Your team needs 15 more tickets to win.
okay.
Over there.
There goes the point.
Engaging thrusters.
Take cover.
There's a powered-up machine out there. A multititious phenomenon.
This.
Complete.
Healed up.
Very sad, nothing.
Behind you.
Owning up, team.
They broke the ticket machine. Those tickets should be yours.
Projectile. Pilot disengaging.
The point's opening up very soon.
Oh, that might have been more effective than I thought.
Calling in the big guns.
Huh.
I'll come in here and show you how it's done. Behold,
Oh, Foxy is here.
Give me that. Nerf this.
Oh yeah.
All mine. Uh-oh. I dropped it.
I need me light stick to me
Did I? Oh, bummer.
This stack of tickets is yours. The points unlocking soon.
Here we go.
Nerf this.
The points by the T4 building. That's a lot of tickets in your enemy's hands. I think it's time for a knockout.
Ugly color quits off. Neutralizing projectile.
The points are about to close. Kick those legs into gear.
Rally to me.
Heal up.
I'll take it where I have
Engaging thrusters.
Good.
Booting up. Get
Back
dumped
in
by
my
the
bag.
Points, that's a ticket.
Oh no. We're losing.
Comes up.
There's a new ticket machine somewhere. Who'll get there first?
Just to make sure I thanked our healer.
Hana quits off.
The points opening up very soon.
Feel better?
I'm out.
Oh no.
The points by Q Supermarket. Scramble on over.
Disappointed.
아직 전투 중이라고.
You needs 5 tickets to win.
Wait, what?
There goes the points.
I don't know. I was supposed to answer
Ticket
this
machine
call.
has appeared.
Engaging thrusters. Nerf this. Gotta fail. Come here, Toki. Engaging thrusters.
Oh, I feel like this is taking too long. The spider. Trying to,
The enemy team's about to
I'm
win.
not giving up.
Private ticket
EMP
machine
activated.
took you long enough.
Speeding up.
The points unlocking soon.
oh. What?
Winner, winner.
Oh.
Double count. Winner.
Okay. I did not
Let's have a look
expect
at our viewers'
that.
favorite moment.
Guess I won a match. This is a surprisingly high note to end on. Yes, sir.
Thanks for the love.
There we go. Well, on that finer note, I am going to call it a night. I must admit, this is no longer going to be a Super Sunday Mario thing after, because I'm just gonna call it. I was gonna do about a half hour of Mario, but that'll have to wait for later today, if anything. So thank you for watching. Let's keep streaming. This has been JBJ Blues. Yeah, sorry. But not totally. I do kind of want to make sure I get up in good time this morning. Not exactly. But I feel like I might have to work something out with this fella for that narration thing. I mean, I could do that, for sure. I'm not sure what's going on this coming night, since I'm not sure whether Colton and I are doing our usual stream again, but yeah, one of these nights. And whether you've got work tomorrow or not, I might see about fitting in time for Super Mario RPG. 'Cause I really want to get into that game, but I just don't feel I've got enough time to warrant it tonight. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, my dude, and I'll catch you this next night. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, maybe I'll stream Super Mario RPG this coming afternoon or something. Who knows? Anyway, don't have a good night. Have a great night. God bless. And live long and prosper. Bye. So long. Ciao.
Like a subscribing for the thanks. Like a wizard, hey, subscribing for the thanks. First time.